Welcome back to This Is of the Omniverse for episode 5 of season 10 of Scrubs. Let's get ready to hop in. If you want to see the full reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon. You'll get a little bit of early access and don't have to deal with all the editing we got to do to get this stuff up on YouTube. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To at least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. With that all sent out of the way, let's get ready to hop into episode 5, My Angel. Here we go.
In medicine today, technologies like artificial intelligence have pretty much taken over. Mr. Miller, I realize fluconazole will interact with your other meds. I'll find an alternative.
I don't know how doctors keep all that stuff in their head.
I know, it's crazy.
Would you like to know more about fluconazole?
Bah!
I really like your clogs.
I have unusually flat feet, which makes buying shoes difficult, but it saved all the men in my family from going off to war.
Oh! Whoa!
You're welcome.
Oh, he heard what he was saying and tried to interrupt that nosedive of a conversation. Though I think that, you know, it's fine. It would have been fine. I think it would have worked out.
Eating Italian tonight. What movie pairs well with pasta?
Fun idea. I know you love Stanley Tucci's performance in Big Night.
I do love the Tooch. You know me so well.
The Tooch.
Maybe it's time for you to start dating. That's not normal.
But Estelle always agrees with me and laughs at all my jokes.
Estelle.
Oh, no.
Katniss and I are going to a wine bar she recommended.
You're right.
Katniss. Oh, my God.
There's nothing like a pep talk from a friend to get you back in the game.
I had a solid 5-year run of dating older men, but they kept dying, and I had to spend 6 months in court proving I'm not a black widow.
God.
Maybe sex is overrated.
Okay, so, you don't want to meet my boyfriend's grandson?
Honestly, I am just happy you're cozied up under a blanket here with you.
I'm flattered, and I did experiment in college, but that's not what this room is for. Oh, break's over. Get out, or I'll have to write you up.
Oh, my God, man. She turns on a dime.
Yes, sir. We gonna be back in the club just like in the old days.
Oh, my God.
Your dads are so cool.
Maybe I don't need to have sex anymore.
You can't say that in front of Turk, man. You should have expected that. But I do wholly buy that JD would be the type of person that, especially post-divorce, would find himself near falling for or filling that void with a chatbot. Hey, he's finally back.
You smell like a bottle of Dracar Noir that got stuffed into a sock drawer.
I'll have you know this is vintage from an ad insert I found in a 1997 Maxim. Okay, he won that one.
Yeah, I don't think he was helping himself with that one.
What happened to you, man? And before he got here, you and I were friends. We were in a bowling league together, Kevin.
And when JD falls, we shall bowl again.
My boy ain't gonna fall.
Say hi to Carla for me.
Hospitals were incorporating lots of creative ways to boost patient morale. There were artists to teach painting, therapy animals, and this angel.
Hi, you're beautiful.
Bah!
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
Yes, a second chance.
Thank God. You lucked out.
Your playing struck a chord with me. Dr. Dorian, I'm the new chief of medicine. I'm still getting to know everyone around here.
Oh, I'm Lily. I'm no one important. I mean, unless you read Harp Weekly.
I do.
Oh, this is awkward. I lied. I've never been in it.
Is this heaven? Vivian, are you here?
I'm kind of in the middle of something here.
Let's go, Harvey. It's not your time yet.
Nice meeting you. Keep on rocking in the free world.
Ooh, it's going pretty well there. Kind of nosedive there towards the end, though.
If Pauline is skeptical, it's because she's come very close to getting a new liver a few times.
Always a bridesmaid, never a person who went home with a new liver.
What?
Asher, dude.
donor because they're about to, take him off life support. But then they'll put his liver on a plane and bing, bang, boom, you're good to go.
Well, it is a 12-hour surgery and a long recovery. Or, as we say medically, bing, bang, boom.
Bing, bang, boom?
Bing, bang, boom.
Nurse, can you make sure the lab processes this stent?
The hell are you doing?
What?
Oof, that was dumb.
Is that a ghost or a white boy in my chair?
It's a white boy who's about to be a ghost.
It was a mistake. He didn't know.
She said it.
You were safe on the sidelines.
It's all right.
You just stepped into the game.
What did we just step into?
We don't park our asses on the charge nurse's chairs. Whew, it's getting cold in here. But don't worry, you'll be able to keep yourself warm with all of that hot urine. You'll be walking to the lab yourself. Enjoy.
There has to be a way to fix this.
Fine, let's try pizza. Pizza usually solves everything.
Pizza's fine.
Pepperoni, bitches.
I guess that's true. That worked out.
Thing is, I think I may have already met someone.
See, man, I knew you were gonna mess this up for us. The harp player?
Yeah.
Buddy, she works here.
Park sleeps with everyone. He does laps in the hospital dating pool, and he swims both ways, if you know what I mean.
Right, but he only sleeps with attendings or above. So unless your harp player is chief of harp playing, don't go there, bro.
Oh. I mean, that's still not... I mean, I get it. That's like a power dynamic abuse from JD's point of view that could fall back on him really, really bad.
How old do you think I am?
6.
6?
Sick.
Oh my God, it's happening. The liver donor's off life support.
I can't in good conscience. fist bump a
Yeah,
man's
dude,
death.
what the fuck? I mean, I get it. That is just a weird thing.
When are you getting back out there?
It's too late for her. She'd rather die alone. Paraphrasing, but that's what she said, word for word.
Free yourself. Get out there and throw that ass in a circle.
You're divorced like a man. Be messy. Give us something to talk about.
It's never gonna happen. I'm fine.
Don't nobody care when somebody is fine.
True. Very true. Fine is not
Were your parents
fun.
killed by the Joker? Because you're really giving off Bruce Wayne vibes.
There's a guy following us, all right? He's gonna rob us, but he's not gonna hurt us. Stay calm.
Or simply just... Oh!
I'm gonna go get my bag while he's out.
The pizzas, though!
What's the first thing you'll do when you get out of here?
I'll tell you when they put the liver in me, kid.
If it were me, I'd get on a plane to England and take my mum to tea.
Boring. Mine's much better.
Oh, see, she does have a plan.
Haha, you fell into our snare, bitch!
Pauline, could you excuse us?
Oh god, was there a snag with the liver?
Hold on, there's nothing boring about a boy loving his mother.
The organ was ischemic and can't be implanted.
Fuck.
I can't go in there for a third time and tell her it's not happening. I gotta fix this.
I will find me a liver. She's gonna go hunting.
You came back with more work for us and no pizza.
He mugged us. The pizzas were also victims.
Oh my God, are you okay? We're gonna excuse you. I'm talking to my pizza-less colleague.
The funny thing about love, when you're trying to avoid it, that's exactly when it hits you. Just like a...
Runaway harp!
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh my god, that could have taken his ass out.
Little known fact, harps are the second deadliest instrument.
Second only to the tuba.
Yeah, how'd you know?
I got stuffed into one in middle school.
Yeah, I could see it.
Ask you out for a drink?
To hell with Turk. She wants me because I should be the one asking you out. I am on fire today.
That was pretty smooth.
Would you like me to notify the restaurant?
Why you always nagging me about being late? I work hard so we can lead the good life. Women, am I right?
He's dating a chatbot. It's so weird.
Yeah, that totally wasn't almost you this morning.
Okay, it's your first date in 20 years. Just hold it together, Dorian. Hey.
That's gotta be so intimidating.
How was your day?
Better now. How are your boobs? Nope, not bad.
Whoa!
It was great.
What the JD?
Probably wondering how tonight's gonna end up, right?
It's honestly the furthest thing from my mind.
I just want to make something super clear. We're having one drink,
Okay.
and then we're having sex.
What now?
That is not where I thought that was going.
Hands are inside of someone right now.
Do they have a liver?
It's urgent. I need a liver.
This one? I can't do that. They'll throw me in jail.
Blonde women, they never think the rules apply to them.
I need you to help get my patient prioritized on the donor list.
You know that's a complicated process.
Yeah, her melt score's 35. She can't leave the hospital or she could die.
Oof.
Let me call JD to see if he can help too. Call JD.
Uh-oh.
Don't be mad. I'm out with the harpist. Dating is different, Turk. Dating is really different.
Don't you have sex with that woman? Park will have your ass.
Don't you do it.
I don't even have the Dracar Noir on. It must be my pheromones.
Oh.
He didn't pick up.
Oh my God, Turk. But he's covering.
To help through times like these.
I'm good.
No, you're not. You're not good. You're traumatized. Who is ready to talk to the Popo?
I'm sorry, wait.
I'm not pressing charges for $40 worth of pizza.
He's so brooding and mysterious. He's like Batman Tom Selleck. Who?
Minus the beautiful, beautiful mustache.
I've been looking everywhere for you.
Okay, so it's obvious you know about JD and that harp lady.
Wait, what? Why did you just volunteer that information?
I was simply going to ask you for a surgical consult.
Well, why'd you say, well, like that?
Dramatic flair. I mean, what did you want me to do? Hey, man, can you help me out? Unfortunately, that harp lady is a volunteer, and there are no rules against sleeping with volunteers. A board member told me that while we were boning in the shower.
This guy is crazy.
Lily, I really like you. You're amazing. It's just that I'm the chief of medicine.
Yeah, you are. And when we get back to my place, I am the chief of medicine.
Oh my God. Turk, save his ass.
A work colleague.
Yes.
She's a volunteer.
Yes!
She's a volunteer. You can do whatever you want. Bye.
You're a real one, Turk.
Thomas, let's go to your place.
How fast that turned around.
I grew up around guys like that.
You did?
Oh, we're going to learn a little bit about him.
No one stupid decision shouldn't set your whole life back. Trust me.
Oh, he's probably made some stupid decisions then. That sounds very... Yeah, that sounds like...
You know, once people discover this room, they're just gonna have sex in here.
Sibby's gonna be so traumatized. Oh, then she can come here.
The source of the trauma.
I got it considered for an expanded criteria transplant.
So what are we looking at?
It's the liver from a 60-year-old donor who had a treated case of hepatitis C.
The liver regenerates.
Yeah, but who wants that? I mean, it's like if you promised me new shoes and instead you gave me your old mangy-ass clogs.
Nothing but compliments.
They're awful. Anyway.
Elliot.
She's a match. The pilot's on standby.
Well, Asher's
Damn.
mangy-ass clogs are still better than dying from liver disease, so...
Yeah, I mean, you gotta work with what you've got.
Have they always squeaked?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, now he's self-conscious about them.
I don't know what I was worried about, but it was just like riding a bike.
Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I moving too fast for you?
Yeah, because I'm just a sweet little angel baby little harp girl, right?
Sure.
Wrong. That's just a persona I made up for my job.
The society's not ready for a sex-forward harpist.
You know, I used to be so repressed by that good girl persona. I took
Oh
a swim class
my
in
God.
self-pleasure, and when I emerged from that, I was Minerva.
Oh,
Divine
good
sex
God.
witch, crypto whore.
Crypto. I've been meaning to get into that.
Yeah, I'll send you a link for my webinar.
Whoa, okay. Lick me like a puppy. Maybe we can just regroup. A lot is happening.
Oh God, he's getting overstimulated.
Hit me.
Okay. My back's not great.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna grab your little butt cheeks and I'm gonna...
Wow. Okay, we should probably develop a safe word right off the bat. I'm gonna go with raisin. Okay, at least dancing's over.
Damn, that was quite the push.
No. Raisins.
Oh no, you caught me being a little slob.
Punish me.
Me too. I was lying here beneath this beautiful woman, and I actually felt nothing. Ow! I felt that. Okay, listen. This has been a lovely night, and you've given me a whole lot of things to Google.
I paid for your drink. You're not even gonna doink me?
I can Venmo you.
It was $19.
I'm good for it. I'm a doctor.
You're such a frigid little hoe.
Oh my God.
It's just the last time I was with someone, it really meant something. I know after a divorce, guys are supposed to go out and hook up like crazy. I think I just need a little time to figure out what I actually want. Are you mad?
No.
I knew that was going to be Turk.
I know it's not the news you wanted, and yes, it's a harder road, but it's the only one in front of you.
Maybe it's just too late for me. I'm really tired.
He may have dodged a bullet there, though. Maybe.
Okay, time's up. You're taking the damn liver, Pauline. This is your second chance at life, and maybe it's not perfect, and maybe you're older, and you're tired, and you're a little self-conscious about your neck, and maybe you don't want to hear about how golf changed some guy's life. Why are you taking notes?
Relax.
It's not too late for you to have a great life.
Because she's talking about herself, too.
Don't deny yourself this chance.
Yes, embrace life. Take the liver. Eat dessert first. Ask out a colleague.
Asher, I'm glad you're inspired, but I'm gonna need Pauline's answer.
Look, man, you should give this guy a call, all right? He runs a program. That program's the only reason why I'm standing here now as a doctor.
No. Damn.
Been a long night, but nothing that requires me to sit. Dr. Park, why
You're
is sitting
learning.
in that chair some big unspoken rule?
If you must know, every single nurse in this building does way more than they're ever going to tell you or me.
Oh, yeah.
That is the real unspoken part.
That's so... Aww.
Pairs well with a big ZD for one.
Oh, back to Estelle.
In the hospital, we have all the technology in the world, but it's impossible to see what's really in people's hearts.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Whether it's a part of them they'd rather keep hidden
Oh.
or feelings they're too afraid to share.
Hey, just tell her. She'd be crazy to say no.
I've got to get back to work.
Aww. That might not be what you think it
It's the
was.
first thing I do when I get out of here. You asked.
Oh.
Only the heart knows when it's ready to let someone in again.
Thanks for getting us here safely.
No problem. Is there any place to grab a coffee around here?
Yeah, I can show you.
But sometimes the heart just needs a little more time to heal.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. God damn it, man. Ah, fuck. That was a bit of a slow burn there, creeping up there. Ah, Jesus. I can't even read that right now, man. Holy shit. There we go.
See, I don't need to be out there dating. All I need is 2 cozy weighted blankets, a good movie, and my best friend.
JD, this movie's really good. Don't tell Carla. She's been begging me to watch this for years.
Look at Diane Lane.
She's fine.
The things he'll do with JD that he will not do with Carla.
This is when you say, oh, come on, JD, your T-zone is fire.
Wait, is he sleeping?
Both a bit tuckered out.
Nope.
Yeah, that felt too much.
Oh, come on. Ah, so close, so close. You almost had it. You almost had a friend nap. Those last two things reminded me of 2 different events from Friends. You know, the oily T-zone when they caught Ross. I can't remember how that started, actually, but it ended up with Ross getting, like, cream for his face. I think he found Chandler doing it. I think that's how it started. And they both did it. And then the near nap with, you know, the Joey and the Ross nap where they accidentally fell asleep with one another, had the best nap of their lives, and then had to hide their naps from everybody else while resisting the temptation to do it more. Though Turk, not that comfortable, understandably. It's Turk. What a fun little episode. The beautiful thing about Scrubs is that it can just sometimes, like, you could see the spiral into the emotions coming, and you can kind of prepare for it, and sometimes you just kind of trip into it. Like, it's so, like, slowly building that you don't really anticipate when it's going to hit you. And that one was one that snuck up on me right there at the end. And that happens. Sometimes you have those ones that, like, you can see it coming, and even though you see it coming, it can't stop the pain. You know? And then you have the ones like this where it's just like, oh, I don't know where I just got hit from. But I like how this kind of started. Again, I love that they use the patience. I love that they use the things they're working on in the hospital to accent what they themselves are going through. Like, you've got JD and Elliot both here trying to figure out, basically this episode's about what's next for them. Are they ready to get back out there? JD he's feeling that void, that emptiness, and filling it with this AI chatbot, which in the industry there, like, yes, it's an easy little thing to kind of tap into, get into that information, all that. I like that he was taking credit for it there towards the end, where they just like, oh, how do you keep all that stuff in your head? And then he got caught up in the chatbot actually responding. It's like, no, that was my girlfriend, or whatever the fuck excuse he gave. It's a pretty useful tool in a lot of ways, like that specifically, but you do have a lot of people who are antisocial, or name a multitude of reasons that maybe they're having a hard time getting themselves out there or making friends, or maybe they're not outgoing or whatever. You could, there's a increase in people leaning into these systems to fill that socialization void that they've got. You've got people that are, because this thing will actively placate you, it'll reinforce a lot of the things that you provide into it, basically because it is feeding off of your interactions. It is this kind of feedback loop of like almost unrestricted positivity in a lot of ways, in the way that it's going to kind of play into it. And you find a lot of people really getting caught up in it because it's, like I said, it's filling that void that they're not getting elsewhere. And it might be easier. It might feel unrestricted. It might feel a little more, I don't know, like, because there's a fear of putting yourself out there and doing all this, that, and the other. And, JD, after being called out on it by Turk, and then seeing the IT guy who's like full on in it with his Katniss application, his bot. But there are people that are getting really seriously involved with these AI. I wouldn't call it an epidemic, but there's a lot of it going on in the world, and you're hearing more and more stories about it because of that kind of like self-imposed antisocial, like, what do you want to call it? Isolation that goes on with people, especially our attachment to our phones, our attachment to social media and stuff like that, being on the other side of a screen rather than being face to face in a lot of social interactions. But after being called out, JD was like, okay, you know what? Maybe this isn't healthy. Maybe I need to just go ahead and take the next step. And, this whole thing with the heart player starts leading him down that road. And he immediately finds that she is way too much for him right now, which definitely didn't see that coming. Did not see that twist coming about, that the innocent little heart player is kind of a role she plays in public. And then she plays a lot of different roles once you get her to the bedroom, man. The fact that she bought his drink to get him home, completely different turn there. And then they hit you with that gut punch of the pizza box in the bed, taking you all the way back to that time with those multiple times with Elliot, and ended with them in bed eating pizza. And to see that in this moment where he's trying to force himself to move on, he realizes he still needs a little bit more time. Sometimes we can be eager to move on with our lives, or maybe even be pressured to move on with our lives, but we have to operate by our own timetables. You can only go out and you can't just involve yourself with another human being while still carrying around all of this other stuff you're dealing with, because it's not fair to you, and it's definitely not fair to them. Though I do think he dodged a bit of a bullet there. She was a little too much, I think, for little old JD. Especially right now. Damn, though, probably would have been some wild stuff. Probably would have been a really wild night. On the flip side of that, too, you have Turk kind of coaching him the whole way through, backing him up. Even Park kind of coming in here clutch in a way. I like that he's not completely villainous. He's you know, obviously he's got his spite towards JD, and the fact that him and Turk used to be friends before JD came in here, and that kind of disrupted the ecosystem. He did also kind of like, hey, as much as I would like I love to take a jab at him, this is actually not against policy. He could actually do that. Like he could have tried to go the other way around that, but I guess like that wouldn't be satisfactory. So like he's got a little bit of a code of honor. And I like that too in this episode. On the flip side of that, you have Elliot, who's got this patient who is constantly being, you know, strung along. She needs a liver. Every time she's about to have one, it gets yanked away. And I think that could be indicative of Elliot's like history with relationships. And because on the flip side of that, you got her, who's also through this patient who's like not willing to kind of talk about the next day because it keeps getting dragged away from her. Like they're like, hey, what do you want to do once you get that liver? And I was like, I'll tell you when I get the freaking liver. Because every time she just gets her hopes up, gets disappointed, and then it doesn't pay off. And then you have by the end of this too, you know, they work tooth and nail to get her something. It's not the most ideal case, but it's a liver. And it'll be hard, but she can move on and finally get out of here. Because like at the point she's at, she's going to stay in this hospital until she gets one, because she can't actually leave it now. And Elliot is kind of in a similar position where she's not really contemplating the next phase, the next step. And by the end of the episode, as the woman gets this opportunity, maybe a little rough around the edges, but an opportunity nonetheless, she perks up, she's, you know, rolls with the punches, and she takes it, and she opens up about what she plans on doing next. And then Elliot, also inspired by that, feels the same and goes and get coffee with the pilot that brought the liver in. So she's moving on and taking that next step. JD, though, seeing that, sadly, is not there yet. I hope this goes towards a healing and not like I'd be mildly concerned if they use this just to reset the two of them and then go back to the will they, won't they. I hope they commit one way or the other. I think I mentioned this before, is like, I think them ending up together by the end of the last season, while it's maybe at the time what we would have wanted as the viewer, a happy ending for our characters being together or what of that, because we know them, because we spend all of our days with them, it's easier to kind of like cheer that on than each of them with somebody who's maybe not a regular on the show, someone we don't know as intimately or we're not actively following. So I think there is a little bit of that tribalism that happens when you're watching these things, like what makes Ross and Rachel the thing, even though they are hell for one another a lot of the time, that makes you want to see them end up together through it all. I think you have that same kind of phenomenon with the two of them, though I think throughout the show, I think you especially on a rewatch, which I did before the season, it does feel kind of like settling. I don't know that they were ever the best matches for each other or the ones that were destined to be together. So I would be curious if they're going to try to maybe reconvince us that they could be, or if this is going to be them accepting and moving on. I hope it's the latter, because also that's another thing you don't see all too much in especially sitcoms, is somebody that goes through what they went through and then comes out of it on the other side okay with the other person. I'd like to see them kind of tackle that and go down that road. And then also I just like the nurse appreciation in this as well, because yeah, like especially when you talk to other doctors, and I was watching a couple of doctor reactions to the new episodes of this season, and that's something that came up on a couple of different reactions as well, from a lot of the doctors that were commenting on a lot of the goings on. And it is like a lot of what happens in the hospital is shouldered by the nurses. The doctor does the diagnoses, reads the charts, does all this stuff. And it's not like they don't do anything, but the nurses are really the lifeblood of the entire ecosystem. So when you're taking their chair And it's kind of like this disrespectful little jab because they're the ones doing all of these things for you as well. I like that they kind of addressed that, and we're kind of starting to peel back the layers a little bit here of Blake. I think that was his name, the mysterious, brooding, handsome man. You know, he had a seemingly, we don't know the details, but he's had a troubled life. He had to be on a program to get himself set straight, and now and that's what helped him get here. So like when they got mugged, bringing the pizza back. I love all the fucking Batman parallels, but you know, he was like, you know, I can't really blame that guy. I know what he's like. I see that look. I know that look. And then at the end, he didn't press charges, even though they wanted him to. And he was like, here, check out this program. It helped me. It might help you. So then you have, damn it, I don't remember. I'm still like locking on to everybody's names. The timid girl. You have Asher, who has been fawning over here this entire time, and then them having their little awkward flirting sessions. But she seemed to be very smitten with his opening up, learning about him, and maybe that's now turned her eyes towards him, or maybe she's just proud to understand a little bit more of him, and that's being misread by Asher, who is self-conscious, who is timid in his own right, now being fearful that her eyes are elsewhere, and now how's he going to compete with him, you know? And it's gonna, I don't know, I'm curious how that's gonna go. Tosh and Deshauna took a little bit of a backseat in this episode, but they served their roles here nicely. I mean, there's a lot of characters to juggle, and I've noticed it up until this point, and I guess I can't remember if I mentioned it or not. Like, Carla isn't considered a regular on this show, at least for this season. And I don't know if that was I think it was scheduling, if I remember right, as for that, because at least initially, like, her presence was always kind of there, and she wasn't in this episode at all. She was mentioned, but she wasn't in it even for a second. Which is interesting because it's like, especially if you go back to the other seasons and stuff, you know, Dr. Cox and her were in every episode. So that is something I have definitely started to notice, but there's a lot. I mean, there's a hefty cast to this. So I get it. JD and Turk, and I don't know. It's never really felt like the JD Turk Elliott show at the same time, but like I mean, to be fair, like, they all started, they were all newbies. She had been there for a long time. So yeah, okay. I mean, I guess I can rationalize it, but I do hope we get to a point maybe where she can be on the show a little bit more. Because her presence, while they're trying to, like, they keep the character involved with Turk's little, like, comments, calls, and stuff like that when they're hanging out or whatever. You know, her physical presence is missed, I think. Still haven't touched on with Cox yet either. He hasn't popped back up, but I know he's going to, but I'm curious when that's going to come about. At least we only have 4 episodes left of this season because it's a really short one. It's only a 9-episode season, so we're over the halfway point at this point. But I'm enjoying it, man. I think they've been knocking it out of the park. It's been doing well ratings wise. Maybe not on the channel as far as people seeking out reactions or anything like that, but for people just watching it, you know, it's doing pretty well on primetime TV, as well as, I guess, on Hulu and Disney Plus and stuff like that. People are tuning in. It's my generation. They're not watching reactions. I need to get people watching reactions. Anyway, man, I'm having fun diving back in all this shit, and can't wait to see what happens next, man. Anyway, guys, what did you think? How did you feel about this episode? Do you have any similar experiences with this as well? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Or if you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon. And speaking of before you go, I want to shout out Lily Chan Sun, Kiana Chanel, McGreg, Angela Burr, Calvin Brinley, Sleepy Bastard, Theodore Wolf, Amy Becca. Thank you guys so much for becoming savers here on the channel, helping sponsor and support the rescues. I'm taking care of here at the office. You guys have been a tremendous help with all of that. And as always, I want to give a special thank you to all of our channel legends. You and the patrons allow us to do so much of what we do over here. Without you guys, we would not be able to keep up with nearly as much as we do, you know, with the copyright claims, strikes, and just help editing all of this content. You guys really are making a big difference in helping this channel keep sailing forward, because at the end of the day, we want to bring as much of this as we can to you guys here over on YouTube, because we're doing this for you guys. Without you, we wouldn't be here. But that's just for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.